Oh my god, I keep forgetting WWE have Evolution 2 as well! And not just me, as apparently WWE have made very late arrangements for the show. A sequel to WWE's all-women's pay-per-view Evolution from 2018 had been reported on as far back as March. The originally reported date from Bodyslam.net was the 5th of July, but just last month, PW Insider wrote WWE were now looking at holding the event the week later in Atlanta, Georgia, the same place and weekend as Saturday night's main event, and, just a coincidence, the day after AEW All In. On the 24th of May, WWE officially announced Evolution 2 would take place 7 weeks later, which is also reportedly the first talent had heard of a definitive date, with some wrestlers being annoyed that the show will go head-to-head with a Beyoncé concert in the same town on the same night. This, plus Liv Morgan's unfortunate injury 2 weeks ago, appears to have left WWE in a chaotic place backstage planning the event. Fightful Select is reporting that Morgan getting injured, who was seemingly building a women's tag team title match against the returning Bella Twins, caused heavy shifts for creative.
That's right, Evolution 2, baby! It's going down next weekend already, of course. It wouldn't be the wrestling business if there weren't a bunch of pissed off fans and bitchy wrestlers backstage, as this Evolution pay-per-view has triggered people because they feel WWE has not given it the proper promotion that it requires or the proper build that it requires, as evidenced by this picture that recently came out of the ticket sales for this event as of right now, which don't look awesome. And now, of course, I'm sure that they will sell more tickets before the event. We still got a whole week to go, but this is not a great look here for the State Farm Arena and the WWE Evolution pay-per-view. Of course, it wouldn't be the wrestling business if there weren't a bunch of indignant fans complaining online and a bunch of bitchy wrestlers complaining backstage. Oh, they did a shitty promotion for this. They pulled it out of their ass. If only they would have done a proper build to the Evolution pay-per-view, they would have sold out the arena and packed it to the rafters. To the rafters, I tell you, to see Rhea Ripley challenge Io Sky for the world title. Is this what you really think? I mean, I gotta question some of y'all's logic on this one. You really think that a women's wrestling show is gonna sell out an arena at this point in time? I got news for you. It's not gonna happen. Look, it's one thing to be a fan of women's. Some of my favorite wrestlers are women. This is not a knock on women's wrestling at all. But the star power is kind of capped out, right? Like Trish Stratus, the Bella Twins, Rhea Ripley. Like, are these really the draws that are going to pull people out of their homes in this economy when everything's super expensive? They're going to spend $100 probably on a ticket just to get the cheap seats up in the rafters. It shows here the cheapest ticket available is $56.75. That's, before the processing fees that Ticketmaster has and all that. Then you got to get to the building. A lot of people live in town and they can just hop on over or take an Uber or something. But a lot of people live out of town and they have to drive. There's gas money. Then there's the parking. I was just at a recent WWE event. $30 to fucking park near the building. Unless you want to walk a mile or two, you got to park. Spend $30 there. Then there's food. Then there's drinks. I'm fucking telling you that to get people out to an arena to spend that kind of money, you need bigger stars than Rhea Ripley. I'm sorry. Rhea Ripley does not compel me to come out of my house and go out and spend hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. We're talking hundreds for the upper tier, right? You're down to multi-hundreds, if not 1,000 or more than 1,000 for the bottom tier. Front row, God knows. And Trish Stratus and the Bella Twins just are not enough to do it, man. You can be a fan of women's wrestling. You can be a fan of women wrestlers. You can be a fan of the idea of women getting a push and getting this exposure and stuff. But in practice, to get people to come out to an event, to fill up an arena for this, It's asking a lot. It's asking a whole lot, man. They just gave Rhea Ripley and Io Sky away on free TV a couple weeks ago. Now they want people to come out and pay for it. It's just a big ask without having other stars there. There's no Cody Rhodes. There's no CM Punk. There's no John Cena. There's no Randy Orton. It's just the chicks. There's a lot of great stars. There's a lot of great talent in the women's division, but enough to compel people to come off of their wallets for an event like this, I just don't see it. I just don't see it. And we're not in an era anymore where the previous Evolution show made sense. It was a statement. Women's wrestling is here now. We have evolved from the divas. That's why it's called Evolution. We are here. We've evolved from the divas. We are just as credible as the male stars. And they have been ever since. You turn on any given wrestling show and damn near half of the matches almost are going to be female matches. And I'm not complaining because I love it. Look, Liv Morgan, one of my all-time favorite wrestlers. Stephanie Vaquer, one of my favorite wrestlers. I love me some Alexa Bliss. Like, female, even that match between Rhea and Raquel Rodriguez at Night of Champions, man, they tore the house down. In my opinion, it was probably the match, one of the matches of the night. Maybe not the match of the night because Cena and Punk. Sorry, I'm trying to get the camera to focus back in. There we go. It does that sometimes. It just doesn't have the star power. That's the problem here. All the build in the world, you're not going to get people interested enough in a Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky match to pack a full arena at those ticket prices. You are insane if you think that that's the case. There is no amount of build that WWE could have done that would make people go, God, I have to spend $1,000 on Evolution. I have to. It's just not there. The women aren't in the same position anymore where they're not looking to break out. You're not starving for talented women to be competing on your shows anymore. We get that all the time. So this is nothing special. It's a bunch of great women talent, but not enough star power to sell out an arena. That's just the reality of this. I am as big of I love me some women's wrestling. I do. I think the women work harder than most nowadays. I think they beat the shit out of each other in a lot of these matches. They're immensely talented. They're entertaining. They are not inferior to the men. But you are taking your roster and you are cutting half of the star power, probably more, 3/4 of the star power, because let's face it, there's not a lot of huge stars in the women's division. Oh, I get to buy a ticket and go out to see Rhea Ripley and Nikki Bella and Trish Stratus and Charlotte Flair and Tiffy Time. Like, sure, that's a fine show. Is it hundreds of dollars fine? Is it thousands of dollars fine? No. And if you're being real with yourself, then no. I'm sure always there's a handful of people that are like, yeah, women's wrestling's my jam. I would love to spend a paycheck's worth of money on watching just the women's matches. Sure. Okay. Fine. And for women fans, I'm sure maybe, this is your jam too. I don't know. I assume that, but you probably like male wrestlers just as much as everybody else too. But when you're leaving off all these, WWE has not had any issues selling tickets lately, but like in AEW, not so much. And they have a lot of big stars. Now, the build is part of it. You have to create a show that has hype, that has something, when you're creating a build for a show, ideally you would like to get people interested in it. It does feel like WWE half-assed it, but that's not going to equate to a sold-out arena. It's just not. The star power's not there for it. But that's just my thoughts. Controversial thoughts. I'm sure people will be pissy with me. Oh, you fucking hate women's wrestling. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. argue to me why you think that people are going to spend hundreds to thousands of dollars to come out and see Rhea Ripley face Io Sky again when we just seen it fucking 4 weeks ago. I'm telling you. The whole idea of this pay-per-view is just bad. It's just a bad idea. We don't need it. We're not there anymore. Women take up half the roster already. They don't need their own show. And if they do, you got to do it in a smaller building with cheaper ticket prices, man. That is just the fact of the matter. But I'd love to know your thoughts. Let me know down in those comments below. While you're there, hit that subscribe button. Check out my book, The Gathering, A Bold Journey into the Belly of the Juggalo Underworld. Peace, love, and pizza. I am your boy, Seth Grimes, and we will catch you in the next video. That video there was a real slobber knocker. Head on down to the comments, put a little barbecue sauce on the like button. And while you're there, I would subscribe so you don't miss any other videos. And leave a comment. Everybody's got a fucking comment.